Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL and especially to what's been going on with the Cleveland Browns lately, you already know that the team has been navigating through some choppy waters. It's not just about one game or one play. It's a pattern that's been developing over the past few weeks, and honestly, it's raising some serious questions about the future of this franchise. You see, the Browns have a rich history, full of ups and downs, moments of promise, and long stretches of disappointment. But what's really alarming right now is that the issues they're facing seem deeper than just a bad game or a couple of bad calls. It's a combination of strategic mistakes, coaching challenges, and some unfortunate circumstances that are all piling up. Over the past few decades, the Cleveland Browns have struggled to find consistent success, and that's something that's been painfully clear in recent weeks. Sure, they've shown flashes of brilliance, moments where they look like a serious playoff contender, but then they stumble, often at crucial moments, and that's what's frustrating for fans. Their record might not tell the full story, but if you're watching closely, you see a team that's struggling to put together a complete game, especially on offense. That's been a recurring theme. The Browns, who have always been known for their passionate fan base and a loyal city that stands behind them no matter what, are now desperately searching for stability, especially at the quarterback position. And speaking of the quarterback, this is where things get even more interesting. Since the trade of Joe Flacco, who was brought in as a veteran presence, the team has turned to Dillon Gabriel to lead the offense. Now, Gabriel is a young quarterback with a lot of potential, but he's still raw and unproven at this level. His first start against the Minnesota Vikings in London showed some glimmers of promise, but it also made clear that he's still adjusting to the speed and complexity of the NFL. It's important to remember that Gabriel was thrown into a difficult situation, and while he has some athletic ability and a good arm, he's not yet the reliable, game-changing quarterback that Cleveland desperately needs. The struggles of the offense have been glaring. Since the beginning of 2024, the Browns have only managed to reach 30 points once, and that's a pretty alarming statistic. For an NFL team with aspirations of playoff success, that simply isn't enough. More often than not, they've been struggling to break the 20-point barrier, and that's been the case since last December. It's one thing to have a solid defense, and the Browns do have a talented unit on that side of the ball. But in today's NFL, you need an offense that can carry the team when the defense is having an off day. And right now, Cleveland's offense is underperforming, which puts a lot of pressure on their defense to carry the weight, something that isn't sustainable week after week. This brings us to the coaching situation, which is always a hot topic when a team is struggling. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, who has an offensive background and was supposed to bring some stability to the team, has faced criticism for the offensive struggles. Despite his experience, the offense has been a disaster since the start of last season. It's not just about the play calling. It's about the inability to develop consistent offensive production, to find a rhythm, and to get the most out of the talent available. The Browns have had moments where they looked promising, but those have been few and far between. The truth is, in the NFL, coaches are often the first to be blamed when things go wrong, and Stefanski's job security is now under scrutiny. Many analysts, including Christopher Knox from Bleacher Report, have pointed out that Stefanski might be among the NFL head coaches at risk of being fired this season. That's a tough reality for any coach, but especially for a guy who has been with the Browns for a few years now. The pressure to produce results is immense, and if the team doesn't start winning more consistently, changes could be on the horizon. It's not just about one bad season, it's about building a team that can compete at the highest level, and right now, the offensive struggles are casting a long shadow over Stefanski's tenure. Now, let's talk about the future, because the Browns do have some intriguing options. With 2 first-round picks heading into next year, the team has the ammunition to make some bold moves in the draft. The hope is that they'll be able to find a quarterback that can be their franchise guy, someone who can lead this team to consistent success for years to come. Stefanski, despite the criticism, still has a chance to turn things around if he can find the right quarterback and get the offense functioning at a higher level. That's the key, because without a reliable quarterback leading the charge, the Browns' season and perhaps their entire future remains uncertain. Of course, it's not just about the quarterback. The Browns need to address multiple areas: offensive line improvements, better play calling, and perhaps some strategic tweaks on defense to complement their offensive struggles. The team has talented players, but talent alone doesn't win games. It's about execution, cohesion, and coaching. Cleveland's recent struggles highlight how difficult it is to build a winning team in the NFL, where every detail counts, and every game can turn on a single play. But let's not forget the context. The Browns are a franchise with a passionate fan base that has endured a lot over the years. They've experienced heartbreaks, close calls, and moments of hope that were dashed at the last second. Yet, that resilience keeps the fans coming back, believing that brighter days are ahead. The team's management knows this, and they're likely aware that changes might be necessary if things don't improve soon. The upcoming games are crucial, not just for the standings, but for the confidence of everyone involved: players, coaches, and fans alike. A win could spark a turnaround, but a continued slide might force some tough decisions. Looking back at the franchise's history, the Browns have always been a team that rises from adversity. The city's deep-rooted football culture and the unwavering loyalty of their fans make Cleveland a special place in the NFL universe. The team's struggles over the past few seasons have been well documented, but history also shows that they're capable of coming back stronger. The question now is whether this current iteration of the Browns can find that spark and get back on track. With the draft approaching, the possibility of acquiring a game-changing quarterback with those 2 first-round picks is giving fans hope. It's a gamble, sure, but one that could define the team's future. In terms of the division, the AFC North is always fiercely competitive, with teams like the Ravens and Bengals fighting for dominance. If Cleveland can find a way to stabilize their offense and improve on both sides of the ball, they could become serious contenders again. But right now, the division is leaving the Browns behind in the standings, and the clock is ticking. Every game is critical, and each week that passes without significant improvement only increases the pressure on Stefanski and his staff. The NFL is unforgiving that way, and with so much at stake, the Browns can't afford to keep faltering. In conclusion, the Cleveland Browns are at a crossroads. The season's trajectory depends heavily on how well they can fix their offensive woes, develop their young quarterback, and perhaps most importantly, whether Stefanski can get the most out of this talented roster. The upcoming weeks will be telling. Will they turn things around, or will changes be inevitable? Fans are watching closely, holding their breath, hoping for that breakthrough moment that could reignite their passion and bring the team back to playoff prominence. Cleveland has a passionate football culture, and no matter what happens, that loyalty remains unbreakable. The Browns have faced tough periods before, but they always come back stronger. So stay tuned, because this story is far from over. The NFL season is a long, unpredictable journey, and for Cleveland Browns fans, every game, every play, and every decision could be the beginning of a new chapter. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all this? Do you believe Stefanski can turn things around? Are you excited about the potential of those 2 first-round picks next year? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. Remember, this is a community, and your voice helps shape the conversation. I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and news on the Browns and the NFL, so stay tuned and keep supporting your team. Because no matter what, the passion for Cleveland football never dies. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.